know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Welcome back to the Sweetpea Diaries. It's your girl Sweetpea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweetpea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. All right, you guys, welcome to another show. I see Taurus Twin is in the building. Cherry Hill is here. Stephanie Jones, of course, it's Nikki, not Nikki, my moderator and member is here. Muffin Man, Michelle Lane, what's going on, you guys? As you come in, make sure you speak and I'll speak back. So what's going on? Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekend. We are gathered here for another video. Now, before we get into some things, I just have a few quick housekeeping, some things to mention. What's going on, Candy? Hey, Stephanie Jones. Now, you guys, I have been running, I've been running around. Hey, I am Marie, my member. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, honey, doing all kinds of things, okay? Now, and wait a minute. Before we get into it, happy Black History Month. Okay, you guys, it is February. Happy Black History Month. And for Black History Month, I am offering the YouTube class for $99 for the entire month. Okay, so Tootsie 26, my member. So now is the time to get the class for $99. In honor of Black History. You don't got to be Black, okay? You don't got to be Black, but you can celebrate with us this month. So in honor of Black History Month, I am teaching my YouTube class and I'm offering it for $99. Now, you better get in here because usually my class is $250. So we are offering it for $99. So go ahead and take advantage of that. And you can email us. My moderator has just dropped the email, teachyoухowtotube@gmail.com. Go on over there and get you that class for $99.99. Now I'm telling you, I'm sorry, just $99. Now I'm telling you, hey, Itsy B, I'm telling you, this is a great class. Take advantage. It is everything, you guys. It includes editing. It talks about YouTube if you're a beginner, if you are already a YouTuber. This class is a 4-hour class, okay? It's going to take you, you're going to go learn about the algorithm. You're going to learn about, monetization. You're going to learn, I'm telling you, people sleep on this class, but once they take it, you've seen that testimonial that I posted on the community wall. Once they take it, they cannot believe that I offer this much information. So take advantage, It's Black History Month. You can get the class for $99. Email me and we can set that up. Hey, Dion Says Whatever, my moderator and member. Going over to Dion Says Whatever and subscribe to her channel. Dion has started making content now, you guys. So go over and support her, okay? So what's up, y'all? Listen, we have been following this. Cardi B is not playing with Tasha K. She is not playing, but so you guys know about this lawsuit with Tasha K and Cardi B. We know all about that, right? We know that Cardi B won the lawsuit, and she was awarded for almost $4 million. Well, Tasha K was running around talking about she ain't got it, she ain't got it, she ain't got it. And so to avoid paying Cardi B, that's what I think, to avoid paying her or to, slow down the process, she filed bankruptcy. Now, during this bankruptcy, there's been a lot of shit that has been uncovered. There has been fraud that has been uncovered, okay? Tasha K was told during the lawsuit when her and Cardi B was going back and forth in court, Judge Ray Ray told her not to move monies. He told Tasha K, do not move money. Don't be trying to open up accounts. But what did she do? She moved money, opened up accounts offshore. She has offshore accounts, honey, over in some Nevis, island of Nevis and the Cook Islands. And she intentionally did that because we went over in our last video about this. We went over the whole reasoning for her doing that. Those two, that area, those islands over there, they have some type of rules surrounded around trusts and lawsuits and things like that. So she called herself trying to be slick and moving that money over there, thinking that they're not going to be able to touch it. But honey, that girl, they're going to get that money. Okay. But what has happened during this bankruptcy, Cardi B filed a summary judgment, and she actually filed with the bankruptcy court, saying that this lawsuit was exempt from being able to be covered on the bankruptcy because it is non-dischargeable, because it is a lawsuit that was filed because this person was malicious and she was found to be liable and her intent was malicious. So that type of ruling is not covered under bankruptcy. So the court agreed with Cardi B, and part of the lawsuit, about $3 million of it, the judge agreed with Cardi B and he awarded a partial summary judgment, and roughly 3 point some odd million of this lawsuit, I believe it's 3 million, of the lawsuit was removed from the bankruptcy. Okay. So that money is due. Okay. Now I'm going to be doing some deep research, and over the weekend, I'm going to bust down exactly how they're going to collect this money, when it's going to start, and how they're going to go about getting it. How Cardi's going to go about getting this money, and when they're going to start debiting, or how they're going to do it. We're going to deep dive into that this weekend, because 3 point some odd million dollars is actually due now. Okay. The judge said this is not covered under the bankruptcy. So that means that Cardi B can start collecting on that money. So we're going to go over that this weekend. But for the purposes of this video, we are talking about what the hell has been going on with this bankruptcy. Now, there has been some fraud that has been uncovered. Like I said, the judge had told Tasha K that she could not move money around. Well, Cardi B is out here just like we all out here. And we done heard Tasha, showing off, showboating, and saying on lives and on panels when she was in her lawsuit that she was moving the money, that she put the money in her son's name. She had opened up trusts and all these things. And she was saying she ain't got it. You know what I mean? So Cardi B's attorneys, they were listening, and of course, Barty Gang made sure that her attorneys they got that information, and that they DM'd the clips and all of that, showing Tasha K bragging about moving money and all of this. So while she I am getting emails about the class. Let's go. I see y'all. I'm telling y'all, come on down. Come on. Y'all better take advantage of this Black History Month. I am doing a class this Sunday, so y'all better come on down and get your spot, because this is well worth it. You better invest in yourself in 2024. I'm telling you. I see your email. I will get with you is directly after this show. So, um, so they told her not to move the money. She's moved the money, and basically, Cardi B is saying that we know you move money. Cardi B out here telling, girl, when she be trolling Cardi and all this, Cardi said, I'm going to make sure that your kids don't go to college, all of this. And people are mad at Cardi saying she doing too much. She already owe you $4 million and you're doing too much. First of all, y'all, Cardi B is not the one that came up with this amount of money, that she's owed that amount of money. The jury is the one that awarded her that award. Okay. The jury came up with that. The judge didn't even come up with that amount. The jury came up with that amount. So you can't blame that on Cardi B. You can't blame that on her attorneys or the judge. That was the jury, and that's what they felt Cardi B was deserving of. Okay. Now, Tasha K, of course, had not learned her lesson. She still kept doing whatever she's doing. And she really thinks that she's above the law. She really thinks that she's going to outsmart the courts, that she's going to outsmart everybody, and she's going to come out on top. Okay. Her and her husband have committed all types of fraud. They have not paid taxes. During this lawsuit, it has been uncovered that they ain't paid taxes for the whole 3 years that Kibi Studios was in existence. They now have dissolved Kibi Studios, and now they have moved on to another company called Yellen Entertainment. And now that's what they do their business through, Yellen Entertainment. That's what the app and everything and the live shows, Tasha K Live and all of these things, that falls under Yellen Entertainment. Okay, so like I was saying about Kevin Hart, like he's suing Tasha and doing all that, trying to get restraining orders. I'm like, dude, why you keep saying Kibi Studios? That company is dissolved, honey. Even we know that, down to the YouTube. It's now Yellen Entertainment. So Yellen Entertainment is, who Tasha is operating under now. That's her company. So Yellen Entertainment, Kibi Studios, all of these things, all these ways that she's been moving money, they have uncovered that there are several trust accounts that Tasha K has opened. And the problem with this, you can open trust accounts. Anybody can do, you can do whatever you want, right? But the problem with this is she opened up these accounts after the lawsuit, okay, in an attempt to make it look like she doesn't have any money. Okay, she intentionally liquidated all of her assets. She sold off furniture. She sold off, she transferred her home into her husband's name. She did all these things that she was told not to do. And she put the money in different accounts, offshore, onshore. And I mean, when she was asked about them in their deposition through this bankruptcy, her and her husband were asked about these accounts, and they basically sat there on the stand and lied and said that they don't know about these accounts. Shaq was repeatedly asked who, the Bumbaku Trust, the Transrena Management, the Tantu Trust, who operates these trusts? I don't know. Everything, when they asked him, he said, I don't know. And we're not even going to pull up those receipts because we went over that. You guys can look at the previous video, but in that deposition, he said he don't know. She said she don't know. They basically was trying to, minimize the fact that they opened up trust accounts and they used different financial advisors to do it. That's fraudulent. Okay? That's a fraudulent. You are fraudulently opening up accounts. You're filing these bankruptcies that are basically frivolous. So, like when we look down into the bankruptcy and we looked at the amount that is on the bankruptcy, the creditors and everything, even when you look at her bankruptcy application, in the application, it asks, what are your top 20 creditors? You know, the ones that you owe the most money to. Tasha K ain't got shit on this bankruptcy. Progressive, $300. This bank account, $200. This credit card, $3,000. The total debt, if you remove Cardi B's judgment, the total debt is not even $30,000. Okay. I believe it's a little over 22, or it might just be 30,000, but we did the math. Look on the other video. I'm not going there. But it's not enough to file a freaking Chapter 11 bankruptcy, let alone see what she thought. See what Tasha thought. Tasha thought she was going to be able to file a Chapter 7. That's just what it's giving to me. I believe that Tasha thought she was going to be able to file a Chapter 7 because we know Chapter 7 bankruptcy you can discharge, right? She thought that's what she was going to be doing because she don't know. She how many times it took her to pass the 9th grade. So she don't know. And again, she was dealing with lawyers and attorneys that didn't advise her. So she really thought that she was going to get out of this. But once she got the filing, and when she got that the expensive ass attorney that she got now, she paid over $6,400 for this bankruptcy attorney. I'm pretty sure he advised her, like, ma'am, you have businesses, you're a business. You can't do a Chapter 7. You can do a Chapter 11 or a Chapter 13. But your best bet is to do a Chapter 11 because you are going to be restructuring your companies, your debt, and everything like that. Hey, Ebony, you're going to be restructuring. Hey, Mimi, my member. So this is probably what she was advised, which is why, she's like a deer, in headlights, because she has nothing to put on the bankruptcy. She literally walked around the house and just grabbed shit out of the junk drawer and threw that shit on the bankruptcy. You know how you got your bills, your credit card bill laying around, your gas bill, the water bill? She basically just went around and gathered up shit and threw it on there. The only thing that is of any value is the goddamn lawsuit with Cardi B, the $3.8 million. Okay. Now, I believe it's, a little over 2 million. I think it was a little over 2 million. Oh no, because they put the interest in all of that. But in any event, it's only like $1 million and some change of Cardi B's lawsuit that is left on the bankruptcy because the court found in favor of Cardi B a partial summary judgment. So only $1 million and some is left on the bankruptcy. So, I mean, I guess you can, $1 million and then a little 30,000 of her own private credit cards and different things that she put on there. Okay, you're filing Chapter 11. You're restructuring and you're going to do a payment plan. We get it. But they want to know about these goddamn trusts. So the financial advisors that she used to open up these trust accounts, she opened them up back in 2021. And it was around the time that Cardi B had won her summary judgment in the lawsuit, and Tasha K was losing her lawsuit, and she had retracted the counterclaim that she had filed against Cardi. It was all around that same time when she started thinking about, I need to move money. So these trust accounts started being opened around that time. So they want to speak with a woman by the name of Patricia Haynes, okay? They have subpoenaed her, Cardi B's attorneys, and when a person has filed bankruptcy, they have a meeting called Meeting of the Creditors, all right? That's when all of the creditors, the people that you owe, they are, in this meeting, and you're basically showing them how you're going to, what you owe, and, how you're in debt and everything like that, and what you plan to do and to get out of debt and all of this. And so during that time, they have been uncovering these trusts and everything like that. And so there's a woman by the name of Patricia Haynes, they have discovered that she was, instrumental in opening these trust accounts and stuff like that. So the Cardi B's attorneys, they have a right to subpoena, records and paperwork, emails, whatever it is that they want to subpoena from your, the creditors and the people that you claim you've been, doing your real estate agents and all this. They can ask for records to show, about your finances, to show proof of, why you owe or what you've been doing. Basically, they can look at your records, your bank statements, they can look at whatever. So the fact that they had uncovered these trusts, she was the one, Patricia Haynes, that, they said that she opened them, and she, her company, the Apogee Financial, some type of company, she was working for them, and she's the one that did these trusts. So she's been ducking and dodging being served this subpoena. All right. They found out where she's working, down to somewhere in Atlanta, Dunwoody area, something like that. And so they've been trying to serve this woman the subpoena that is saying that she is to turn in all emails, records, whatever pertaining to these trusts, pertaining to, communications that you've had with Sheck, Tasha K, any of the employees, any people that you've been working with to get these trusts open or whatever, financial statements that show that you've been paid by Tasha K and her businesses and husbands or whatever. We need to see what you've been doing, right? We need you to turn over documentation, right? So this woman has been dodging being served because she's saying that her financial advisor, her attorney, told her legal advisor, should I say, her attorney, Patricia Haynes, is saying that her attorney is legally advised her to not be served, to dodge the subpoena. Don't be at job or be wherever where they trying to serve you. Don't take it. Don't, avoid being served. This is what she's telling the courts, that I haven't responded to the email or the subpoena. I haven't responded to anything because my attorney told me not to respond, right? So Cardi B's attorneys, they're pissed off because they asked for this paperwork, they asked for these documents, they asked for evidence, and they haven't gotten it. So they filed what is known as a motion to compel with the courts, and they asked for the courts to make Patricia Haynes turn in the paperwork, make her respond to this subpoena. Well, recently, that motion to compel was denied, but it was denied without prejudice, meaning that Cardi B's attorneys, they can refile it again. Okay. The order was denied. So let me pull that up really quickly and show that to you. Because I was like, damn, why would they deny that? Like, this woman is intentionally avoiding being served, and you deny the motion to compel. Order denying without prejudice Bacalus Marlenas Almazar's expedited motion to compel Patricia Haynes to comply with the subpoena. So on January 24th at 2:30, this court, having reviewed the motion and the court file, having heard argument of counsel at the hearing on the motion, and based on the record, does order as follows. The motion is denied without prejudice for the reasons stated on the record. Now, I tried to find what the reasons were on the record. I didn't see that, so I don't know. It's probably, in the transcripts, if they have any transcripts that will come out, but I didn't see the order. I was trying to find that. I didn't see what their reasons were for denying it, but the motion to compel is denied. That does not mean that she is not supposed to show up for the subpoena for this. Well, not show up for the subpoena, but that she's not supposed to answer to the subpoena to show up for her examination. Because what the subpoena is that she's being examined on February, I believe. I got the exact date, but in February, she's being examined under oath and everything with the Tasha, with Cardi B's attorneys. They're going to be questioning her, about the trust and everything like that. And she's supposed to bring records and documentation. But in their exhibit, they had an email, Cardi B's attorneys, they have an email. We went over that in a previous video. They have an email between Patricia Haynes and another Natalie Hosea, and just these financial people, and Tasha and her husband, where Sheck was saying he was busy, they were traveling or something, and they weren't able to make it to the signing of the wills and trusts and everything that she had, the paperwork and accounts that she had opened for them. He needed to reschedule. So this was basically being used as evidence by Cardi B's side to show that, yeah, they know about these goddamn trusts. They opened them because, look, Sheck is trying to, get a new date in order to be there to open, to sign it and shit. So when they're saying that they don't know, and he's saying, I don't know, when they say, well, who's the administrator and who's the head of these damn trusts? And he says, I don't know. And they're like, well, wait a minute. It's named after your wife, Transrena Management. Transrena, who's Transrena? That's my wife. Well, then how the hell you don't know about the trust if the trust is in your wife's name and the other trust is named after your child? And he continued to, under oath. Now, you got to remember, this shit's under oath, whether or not it's actually in a court of law, in a courtroom. When you're being questioned in a deposition, and whether it's in a back room somewhere at the court or whatever, you're still under oath. You're still testifying. So you're lying. They don't care. Tasha and her husband, I am convinced they brother and sister, because they both act the same. They two peas in a pod, child. Okay? They will sit up there and they will lie until they can't lie no more. They got to be physically, they're physically being called to the carpet. It's right in their face, and they still lying, saying, I don't know. I don't know who opened those. I don't know who shit that is. It just happens to be in our account. I don't know. It just happens to be in our name. It just happens to be in our kid name, but we don't know. We don't know shit about it. Like, really? That's what you sticking to? Okay. So she still, regardless to whether or not she has answered to this subpoena or not, she is being subpoenaed, and she is being examined in February. Matter of fact, it's going to be on February the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, okay? Not Valentine's Day, all right? At 10 a.m., okay? Miss Patricia Haynes, she is going to be examined by Cardi B's attorneys on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, girl. All right, so I want to show you what she has to actually bring. All right, and what they're going to be talking about. All right, let me get that. All right. So she is to come on down to the offices of, Andrew Pignot. I cannot say that name. So the topics for examination: the services that you provide or have provided to Tasha K, Tasha K's husband, or anyone on their behalf, any of the companies, people that work for them, or whatever type of services that you've provided. We're going to be talking about that. Documents and communications between you, Tasha, and her husband, or any people acting on their behalf regarding businesses that they own or control, or that they have previously owned or controlled. Documents and communications between you and the debtor, or, Tasha K and her husband, regarding trusts, partnerships, or limited liability companies that they have set up, own, or control, including without limitation to the Bamako Trust, Carolyn Holmes LLC, Kibi Studios, Florida Revocable Living Trust, Tantu FLP, Tantu Limited Partnership, the Transrena Management Trust, and Yellen Entertainment LLC. They want documents and communications between you and any third parties, including without limitation to Natalie Green, Hosea Esquire, regarding trust, partnerships, or limited liability companies that they have set up, own, or control, including without limitation to the Bamako Trust, Carolyn Homes LLC, Kibi Studios, Florida Revocable Living Trust, Tantu FLP, Tantu Limited Partnership, the Transrena Management Trust, and Yellen Entertainment LLC. Now, remember, I told you that Natalie Green Hosea, she is an attorney, but she is the one that was in that email chain between Sheck and Patricia Haynes and Tasha, all of them. They were all CC'd on this email chain, and that was in reference to, and it's titled Wills Trust. So they were trying to set up a meeting, and Sheck was like, I'm in, I have to go somewhere, I'm in a business meeting or whatever, and I need to reschedule. So they're using these documents and emails and communications to show that you guys set these trusts up. You did. You did. Stop lying. Stop the bullshit. Okay. So she is to bring, when she, her examination, she is to bring this information. The documents requested, any employment or retention agreement between you and Tasha and her husband for professional services that you provided to them. Documents and communications exchanged between you, Tasha, and her husband regarding trusts, partnerships, or limited liability companies that either or both have set up. And of course, it's the Bamako Trust, Carolyn Homes LLC, Kiwi Studios, the Florida Revocable Living Trust, Tantu FLP, Tantu Limited Partnership, the Transrena Management Trust, Yellen Entertainment LLC. Documents and communications exchanged between you and any third parties, including without limitation to Natalie Green, Hosea, regarding trusts, partnerships, or limited liability companies that they have set up or that they own. They want her complete file, including all documents and communications between you and the debtor, Shekna Kibi, or any of their employees, independent contractors, or agents related to trusts, partnerships, or limited liability companies that they have set up or that they own or that they control. Any documents provided by you to the debtor or any person or entity on the debtor's behalf. They want all documents provided by you to Sheck Kibi. All communications between you and Natalie Green Hosea regarding Tasha K and her husband and any of their trusts or partnerships. They want all documents and communications received by or sent to any person other than the debtor, Shekna Kibi, or any of their companies regarding Tasha K, her husband, or any trust or partnerships that they own. They want any documents or communications provided to you by any third parties regarding their Georgia property. Now, when they say Georgia property, they are talking about her home. Okay? They're talking about the home that they own. They want any communications or documents about that property. They want billing statements or invoices that Patricia sent to Tasha K or her husband or any person or entity that's acting on the Kibi's behalf. So basically, they want all of it. Any goddamn piece of paper, any goddamn email, any goddamn receipt, anything, lady. We want it. We need it. Bring it. Put it on a goddamn flash drive, and we want it. Okay? We want it. So, of course, of course, she's ducking and dodging because she's being told to duck and dodge. Okay. Tasha K is probably advising her to duck and to dodge. Okay. They saying duck, dodge, do whatever it is you have to do. Because if you do that, then that means that you're not served. You don't know nothing about the subpoena. So how can you come and bring what they want? Because you don't know. Ma'am, that's not going to happen because they was emailing it to her too. And they had read receipts because the attorneys provided that. Cardi B's, they on it. Okay. They on top of their game. They said, wait a minute, judge. They want to do that. They want to play that game. Well, guess what? They have opened up, okay, Patricia and them, they have opened up these emails. Okay, so that means that she's seen the subpoena attached in the email. We got read receipts. So we ain't gonna play these games, Judge. We want to use that as sufficient service. Okay, they asked the judge that last week. We want the emails and the read receipts for the emails to serve as sufficient service for these goddamn subpoenas. So I'm pretty sure that the judge, agreed to that because they set a date for Patricia to bring her ass down to the law offices of Andrew Prignott to testify and bring all of the things with you. Okay, bring it all. But I want to show y'all something. I want to show you how, see, this is what happens when you play these games. Hey, the golden child. Hey, Ebony. This is what happens. Hey, Mira, when you play these games. See, Tasha K was so busy on the internet. She was so busy on YouTube. She was so busy on Instagram. She was worried about running around trying to get that blue check. Excuse me. Hold on, you guys. She was running around trying to get that blue check. Okay. She was so busy trying to work with Karen Civil and them, trying to get that blue check on Instagram. And she was so busy trolling Cardi, wiping her ass with lawsuits and cease and desist and all of this, that she was not paying attention, that she was losing the lawsuit, that she didn't have attorneys that were experienced, like she was coming up here telling everybody. And then when she actually ended up losing, like she woke up and realized that she was going to lose and that she lost, she even still filing her appeal dropped the ball. Now I'm going to show you. Now remember when she filed the appeal for the lawsuit and she kept telling everybody, oh, I appealed, we're going to win on the appeal. And the winos and Wiley and all of the damn people that support her, they just knew she was going to bring a rabbit out the hat. She was going to pull a last minute stunt. Okay. She was going to pull a last minute wino stunt. All right. She was going to pull a last minute junkie move. Okay. At the last minute, she was going to pull a wino move. You know how the winos pull together and get they change together to get a little, a little bottle and a brown paper bag, honey. They going to get that money together to get that box wine. Well, that's what they thought she was going to do. They thought she was going to last minute pull out that box wine. Okay, you know how you run in a liquor store at the last minute and all you got is your last and you got just enough to get that box wine? Well, that's what they thought she was going to do. Okay, they said Tasha's going to pull a rap out of hat. She's going to win. Wiley was saying she was a beautiful black woman. Okay, she's talented and gifted. And I kept saying, this man, I mean, if Cap was a person, Wiley would have been sitting next to. He was capping hard for Tasha K. She's a beautiful black woman. She's talented. She's going to win. She's going to win. And everybody, we all knew that she was done. She was done for. But the appeal, they just really thought she was going to really win this appeal. And I kept telling people, there's nothing that she can appeal for. I kept saying, when you have an appeal, there has to be a reason to appeal. And it cannot be, I'm appealing because I don't like the verdict. I'm appealing because I'm mad that I lost. I'm appealing because I'm hoping that the judge will overturn the ruling because he feels as though 4 million is too much money. No, ma'am, you got to have a reason. You got to either be able to find errors in your case. You got to be able to find a rule or a law or something that was missed, or you got to find something. And Tasha was so busy up here trolling and acting a goddamn fool, a plumb fool, that she was not paying attention. I'm telling you, the briefs was being turned in late. The Olga and Sadir didn't know what they was doing. Hey, Keita. Hey, Courtney. They didn't know what they was doing. Okay? I'm going to read to you what the goddamn court said about her freaking appeal. And I'm telling you, Tasha K's attorneys lost this for her. All of this is Olga and Sadir's fault. I even blame the fact that the lawsuit went this far. They should have been encouraging her to settle. They should have been trying to, mediate. They should have been trying to have some type of discussions with Cardi B off the record and try to work something out. That's what they should have been encouraging Tasha K to do. But what were they doing? They were just, forging full speed ahead, and they ain't know what they didn't know they ass from their face. I could have tried the case. I could have turned in an appeal. But see, I wouldn't even allowed her to get that far. I would have not even suggested that she appeal, because there was nothing to appeal. And we watched this every step of the way. Judge Ray Ray made sure that all his I's was dotted, T's was crossed, because he kept referring to a possible appeal. He kept saying, no, we're not going to do this. Nope, we're not going to allow this because we don't want any errors down the line. We don't want an appeal. He purposely made sure that everything was done by the book, everything was right and exact, so that there wouldn't be any appeals. Tasha could not find any reason to appeal. So her attorney should have told her that it was just a lost cause, you're done. But no, what do? They still going down there and turn in some bullshit, because I told you that they were turning in bullshit. It was just like a sophomore in high school. I got to turn in a paper and I was up all night partying, and I'm just going to turn in anything, right? I'm going to just do it at the last minute. Hey, T, the goddess, I'm just turning in any goddamn thing because I got to turn something in. And that's basically what they did. Let's read what the court had to say about her appeal. And if I'm lying, let me read this appeal. I'm going to let y'all read this. Look what the court said. I just happened to be going over this, right? And I said, well, damn. So this was their response to her appeal. This was the opinion of the court. There are two issues here. One is whether the jury has sufficient evidence to hold appellants, Latasha Kebe and others, liable for defamation and other privacy torts against appellee Bacalus Almazar, better known as Cardi B. The other is whether the district court erred by excluding evidence. So these were Tasha K's two reasons that she filed her appeal. Okay, because like I told you, you got to have reasons for filing. They just can't be, I don't like the fact that I lost. I don't like the court's decision. I don't like the fact that the jury, awarded her $4 million. I don't like that shit. No, you can't. That's not a reason, sis. No. It got to be something that the court erred, jurisdiction, something. So her two arguments were, one is whether the jury had sufficient evidence to hold Tasha Kebe and others liable for defamation. And the other is whether the district court erred by excluding evidence. We hold that Kebe has not preserved either issue for appeal. A party is not entitled to pursue a new trial on appeal unless that party makes an appropriate post-verdict motion in the district court. A party can make that kind of post verdict motion under either Rule 50B or Rule 59 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. All right. Rule 50B sets forth the procedural requirements for renewing a sufficiency of the evidence challenge after the jury verdict and entry of judgment. Rule 59 allows district judges to order new trials for any reason for which a new trial has heretofore been granted in an action at law in federal court. Now, when a party fails to invoke these rules in the district court, we have no authority to consider an appeal from the jury verdict. Defendant Latasha Keeby asked for a new trial, saying that there was insufficient evidence for the jury verdict against her. But as she all but admits, she didn't make either of the required post-verdict motions in the district court. As a result, we have no authority to consider her insufficiency of the evidence argument on appeal. Keeby's response is unavailing. She seems to assert that she can seek a new trial on appeal, not because she did so below, but rather because she didn't. She seeks to distinguish her case from Unitherm on the ground that, unlike the losing party there, she didn't even make a pre-verdict insufficiency of the evidence motion, let alone a post-verdict one. So while she apparently and correctly accepts that making one pre-verdict insufficiency of the evidence motion isn't enough to preserve the right to challenge the sufficiency of the evidence on appeal, she seems to think that one can preserve that right by making no insufficiency motions at all. That is incorrect. Under Unitherm, a party forfeits its right to seek a new trial on appeal if it never sought a new trial before the district court. The only way to seek a new trial before the district court is through a post-verdict motion. A pre-verdict motion won't do it. Explaining that a party can't seek a new trial through a pre-verdict verdict motion. So Keeby gains nothing by pointing out that she never made a pre-verdict insufficiency of the evidence motion. All that matters is that she never sought a new trial before the district court through a post-verdict motion and has thus forfeited her right to do so on appeal. Keeby also failed to preserve her evidentiary arguments. A party cannot argue an issue in its reply brief that was not preserved in its initial brief. I'm going to read that again. Keeby also failed to preserve her evidentiary arguments. A party cannot argue an issue in its reply brief that was not preserved in its initial brief. An appellant fails to preserve an issue when in her opening appellate brief, she either makes only passing references to it or raises it in a perfunctory manner without supporting arguments and authority. An appellant's brief must include an argument containing appellant's contentions and the reasons for them, with citations to the authorities and parts of the record on which the appellant relies. If an argument is not fully briefed, let alone not presented at all, to the circuit court, evaluating its merits would be improper, both because the appellants may control the issues they raise on appeal and because the appealee would have no opportunity to respond to it. Keeby didn't adequately brief her challenges to the district court's evidentiary rulings. Specifically, she never tells us where in the 5,500-page record that the district court's alleged errors can be found. That lapse violates the rule that appellants must identify the parts of the record on which they rely. Because Keeby's brief falls well short of what we require, she has abandoned this argument. Her brief fell short of what the court actually required. She had no evidence to show that the court made any alleged errors that she was saying they made. That's why she needed an appeal, because they made mistakes. But they said in her whole 5,500 page record, she didn't even point out the mistakes that they made. So she just put together some shit, 5,500 pages of shit. The 5,500 page record was the transcripts. Okay, I see your text. Was the transcripts, all the motions and all of this. It was her arguments, everything. And in that 5,500 page record, she ain't had no highlighter, nothing showing, okay, right here is where the mistakes was. Here's this, we appealing because of this. Nothing. I need an appeal. I just need an appeal. What you appealing for, Tasha? I just need an appeal. I need a do-over. This shit just wasn't right, Ray. It wasn't right, Judge. You ain't have to do me like this. You ain't have to do me like this. I just want a do-over, goddamn it. You know I was just motherfucking playing. She just wants a do-over, Judge, okay? Just do it over. Fuck it. We don't know why. We just want to do it over. This is crazy. This is insane. And this is why she lost everything. Because this is what it was given. This is the type of shit they was doing in court. Turning in anything, coming in, just half-assing their way through. They didn't know what they were doing. Olga and Sadir need to be ashamed of themselves. There's no way they should have taken this case. They should have told her they were not qualified. They didn't know what they were doing. That's what they should have done. But they heard the name Cardi B and they wanted the clout. That's basically what it was. They had no experience, and Cardi B's attorneys ate them to shreds, basically. So this right here just was more of, I just wanted to show. Now, the new attorneys that she has for her bankruptcy, I will say that they're a little better than this, but they still, they still are doing her a disservice because they are allowing her to lie. Okay, they know that her bankruptcy is full of shit. They're the ones that filled it all out and put it all together, and they know that it's a crock of shit. I mean, how the hell are you filing a Chapter 11 on only $30,000 worth of debt when you make over $60,000 some dollars a month on YouTube? That's half your fucking monthly income. And I don't understand how a person is riding around in a 2021 Silverado that is a bank loan and you owe 50 some odd thousand on this truck and you're making $1,000 some odd dollar payments monthly when you make 60 some. You just made $69,000 last month on YouTube alone. Why didn't you pay your truck off? And you've been having that truck for years and you've been making that kind of money. You could have been paid. When I seen that, I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Girl, I don't know what you doing with your finance, because that just doesn't make any sense. You have a car loan over 60 some $1,000 you just made in revenue just for this month. Well, last month alone and the month before. And you've been doing that for a couple years now. So you could have either bought that truck right out cash, or it could have been paid off. You could have put way more money down and lowered those payments. Girl, you still paying over $1,000 a month. You could have been knocked that down. So girl, I'm like, I don't understand. I don't. Okay. I mean, it makes no sense. She affords lawyers. Yep. All of the money is going to lawyers. But I'm telling you, I always keep it real. Tasha K makes damn good money on YouTube. Okay. Now we broke down how she basically in our last video, we showed how she started this whole bankruptcy and how she lied and showed them bank statements, from an account that she had just created, this Chase bank account that she is using to report her income. It's a new account. So it's not an account that she's been having her Google AdSense deposited in for years. It's one that she just started using because when she had to pay Cardi B, you remember when before this bankruptcy, they were ready to collect, right? So when she filed the bankruptcy, she wanted them to think that she didn't have no money. We showed that she turned her monetization off. She was not making money on her videos. She was only getting like $3,000 a month. And she did it purposely because she didn't want to have to pay Cardi B. Once they halted the collection, she started putting the monetization back on the videos. And that's why now her income is way back up where it is supposed to be based off of her, size and, views and everything like that. But honey, she came up in this thing saying, I only got $200 in the bank. It's like, girl, but you can clearly see that she lied. And I think the courts purposely have you turning in, for 6 months, 8 months, or however long it is. They have you turning in your bank statements, showing your income because they want to see, okay, so when you first started off, you said this is what you make. So now we need to see is that's what it's going to look like every month. And what do they see? They see it going up, up, up. Why? Because that's what your income really is, Tasha. You're not making no just $3,000 a month. We showed that was a lie. People were saying, oh, Cardi only got the 3,000 because they took a percentage of Tasha's money. No, Tasha only made $3,300 that month from YouTube because she was turning off her monetization on the videos. She was purposely downing her income, like dumbing down her income so that she would be portrayed as not making that much. And we know damn well somebody with 1 million subscribers and all of those views is not making $3,000 a month. But she did that purposely. Once they told her that she didn't have to pay Cardi, she turned all the monetization back on the videos, the channel, and now her, the revenue has went up. It has skyrocketed in a matter of 2 or 3 months from the time she filed bankruptcy to now. So they see that this is all lies. This is all fraud. They have also uncovered that her, accounts, they have been opened, these trust accounts, when she was clearly told not to do that. She has moved money off into the Cook Islands and Nevis Island and all of this. And she's in deep shit. Whether or not she shows it, whether or not she comes out here and says it, Tasha K is in deep shit. The feds are watching her. The, FDIC is probably watching. They are watching her. The IRS is already watching her. She is in deep shit. There is no way that you can lie. They pointed out, Cardi B's attorneys pointed out to the courts, the bankruptcy courts, that Tasha answered on the questions on her bankruptcy application. The questions that asked, did she have trusts or wills and revocable trusts and all of that? She said no. She flat out said no. There were 2 questions that asked, did she have trust? She said no. And at that time, when she filed the bankruptcy, she absolutely did have trust. These trust accounts were open, some of them recently or 2023 or whatever, but they go back to even 2021. So she blatantly lied to the courts. And she might be all smiles now, Candy. She might be all smiles now, but she's smiling on YouTube because she's trying to smile just to save face, just to keep up appearances. But anybody with a brain can tell, looking at all of this paperwork, that it is fraud. She has committed bankruptcy fraud. And that's not a joke. And it's the amount of money that she's working with. It's rumored, allegedly, that it was over $800 and some $1,000, close to $1 million that she moved off into them islands over there, where she's split up all that money and moved it all around. Yeah. So this is not, this is not a game. This isn't nice. No, oops, oh, a delete and do over on YouTube. This isn't a post and delete on Instagram. This isn't a, oh, I'm gonna, hide my account for a while. No, this is real life. This is fraud. You were told not to move money, not to open up accounts, not to do, and you did. And Cardi B's attorneys brought this to their attention, the courts, and said, did you not tell someone that you were going to pull a 50 cent on my client? Basically, that you weren't going to give my client her money, that you were going to make sure she didn't get a dime. And this is what has been happening to her since the inception of this lawsuit. She has been being met with her own words, her own videos. It's been coming back to bite her in the ass. And I keep telling y'all, YouTube, the internet, and all that, it is an electronic fingerprint, electronic footprint. It never goes away. Even if you think you deleted something, it never goes away. And people, it's the narcissism and it's the conceitedness, it's the big headedness, where they think that they forget that you're saying what you're doing online, and it's recorded, it's downloaded, it's screenshotted. Somebody somewhere is screen recording. So even if you delete it, somebody got it. Everybody's watching. You can't get away with these things. Hey, Auntie Nisi. And I don't even think that, now what she did to Cardi and the level she went to, the levels and everything, she doesn't even care about that. The clout is such a drug to Tasha K, that attention, all of that. She feels that it was worth it. She loves to be posted on the blogs. She loves all of these, media outlets playing clips of her interviews and everything. She loves all of it. She loves it. And to her, it was well worth it. This is where she's wanted to be. This is the attention that she's wanted for years. She's wanted this attention. I mean, it's even deep. It goes back to even in her childhood and even in her, adolescence and young adult, and just all of the stories she tells about the things she's been through. Tasha K loved this attention. It's attention whore. She loves it. She loves sitting in the seat. She's okay with being the bad guy. She's okay with being the shock jock. She's okay with everyone coming to her and she's getting the tea and she's exposing. She's all right with that. She's all right with being called a liar. As long as it brings clicks, views, money, she's all right with that. Basically, sold your soul. Basically. She's okay. I would love to have a large platform one day. I would love to get that type of revenue, but at what cost? What are you going to do to get there? And I understand that the content that she does, celebrity gossip, that's her arena. Armand, he's doing well. They do well with that. That's not my arena. So when the people say, "Oh, you're jealous," no, I'm not, because that's not where it's. I'm not gonna go where the places that they're going. That kind of content's not gonna take me there. What I'm doing, true crime and different things, documentaries, uploads, that's gonna take me there. That's my lane. See, I understand everybody got a lane. But when I look at Tasha K, I feel like, was it worth it? You wanted it, it would have came. It's gonna come. It's how fast. She wanted it right now, right then, right. She wasn't willing to do the work, to take the time to grind. She thinks that the grinding was jumping all over everybody's back, cutthroat. She thinks that's a grind. That's not a grind. Cutting people down, lying on people, throwing up fake ass stories, fake ass narratives. That's just getting you the attention and getting you to go viral for you to get there. But that's not hard work. That's not integrity. That's not ethical. So I wouldn't want that. I don't want to get there in that way. I'll get there. Hey, Slow and steady wins the race. I'll get there. But at least I know when I got there, I didn't get there off nobody's back. I didn't get there off nobody's bad times, hard times. I didn't have to cut nobody down to get there. And that's what she did. And no one thinks that this woman should be held accountable. Everybody, oh, that's too much money. Cardi knows she's wrong for that. Cardi is now, come on now. This is just too much now. Okay, come on now. No, it's not. Tasha K the one doing all this. Tasha K's the one prolonging all this shit. She's the one filed bankruptcy. She's the one that doesn't want to pay. Cardi B been trying to start collecting. Tasha makes enough money where she could have comfortably paid Cardi B. She didn't want to pay her at all. That's what she was trying to not do. Pay. So when she says, oh, I was filing bankruptcy, I knew I was going to have to pay. I wasn't trying to get out of paying. Yes, you were, because your ass thought that you were going to be able to file a Chapter 7. I'm not dumb, Tasha. I know the game because I heard all the shit you was running around here saying. See, in the beginning, you thought you was going to file Chapter 7, discharge that shit, and walk all off into the sunset. But once you start getting advice from bankruptcy attorneys, they told you, ma'am, you can't do no Chapter 7. That's a personal. You are a business. You got to file either an 11 or a 13, and that ain't nothing but a goddamn payment plan, ma'am. Okay. So then that's when shit started looking a little different. Yeah. Uh-huh. So the accountability that everyone wants, oh, you need to be accountable. You need to be accountable. You need to stand up and be accountable. When y'all gonna hold Tasha K accountable? Y'all don't think she need to be held accountable? She did this. She had every chance, every opportunity to take the videos down. Cardi B asked you to take that shit down and go on about your business. And it could have been just like that. Right. Could have been just like that. But no, Tasha was trying to show off for the winos, for everybody. She was trying to show off for Wiley. She was trying to show off for Chelsea. She wanted to show off for Von Ray. She wanted everybody to think that she was the Dawn, the queen of YouTube. I'm motherfucking Tasha K. That's what she wanted everybody to think, that she was invincible, honey. She took the courtroom like it was YouTube. I kept saying, girl, that ain't YouTube. That ain't YouTube court. That's real court, ma'am. The shit you do on YouTube, you can't do that in that courtroom. You can't go up in there and lie. They kept using your lies. So you mean to tell me that they keep bringing your lies up every time you have a deposition, anytime your ass is testifying, anywhere, they keep bringing up your lies. You and Shaq just been lying this whole goddamn time. They threw each other under the bus during the trial. They done threw each other under the bus during the bankruptcy depositions. All they do is lie. They've been lying over fucking videos, YouTube videos. Can you believe that YouTube videos cost Tasha K $4 million fucking dollars? YouTube video. These are not network edited scripts, videos, and episodes. This is a fucking YouTube app. This is some shit you can load up with your goddamn phone. Just because you got lights and everything, and we do all this, we do it big with the mics and the cameras and everything, y'all. And we are independent contractors. We are independent, freelance journalists, freelance videographers. None of us went to school for this shit. We just up here. Half of these motherfuckers now that doing content creating, they don't even take the time to get a goddamn mic or a camera or anything. They just stay behind a goddamn avatar and ask for cash apps and talk shit and dox people and swear that that's fucking content. Okay? But I'm here to tell you, when I came up here, honey, what equipment, what program you using? Everybody was competing in that way. That's why Tasha K was looked at like the GOAT. Like, wow, look at her production. Look, she's got commercials. Look, it was now that shit's common. Everybody doing. But when Tasha first came out and was doing all of this shit, it was uncharted territory. It was new. It was fresh. People weren't doing it. So that's how it was how it looked. And people couldn't get enough. It just was so polished, and people were persuaded by what it looked like. But they don't realize that this is not a network. This isn't a studio. This is just somebody in their home turning on a camera. To be sued and have to pay somebody $4 million from the basement of your home is fucking wild. That's wild. And that's why I be saying there's no way that she's in that much trouble, and people don't think that that's a problem. That's a problem to me. Girl, you're just a YouTuber and you owe somebody $4 million. That's wild. When all I had to do was be taken down. So the accountability is not there. And you would think, being made to pay $4 million, that there would be some type of remorse. There would be some type of accountability. No, there still isn't any. Straight up narc. No matter what they do, no matter what they throw at it, she's going to find a way to spin it. She's going to find a way to lie. She's going to find a way to try to get out of it and weasel her way out of it. And I believe that's what the people get upset about. That's what, Barty Gang gets upset about. That's what people that are reporting on this, such as myself, that's what we get a little frustrated about, because it's like, damn, girl, you still on the same shit. The 4 million ain't wake your ass up. So what they got to do? Take your channel? What they got to do to make you stop? Child, a hot mess. So I just wanted to go over this, and I wanted to show that Tasha K's fraud, if we can see it, you know good and goddamn well, the courts can see it, and you guys can see the direction that this is going. Cardi B is going to expose Tasha K's fraud. Cardi B's attorneys, if they have not already, will uncover Tasha K's fraud. This was a fraudulent bankruptcy from the inception. Okay? You can go look on my previous video. I have the figures. I have all of the creditors, the amounts, what she's claiming she owes these people. And if you remove Cardi B's debt, it ain't even $30,000 that she owes total. I don't even think she had 20 creditors. There's no way that someone would file a Chapter 11 bankruptcy for $30K. So that's how you know she was filing this bankruptcy to get out of paying Cardi B. That was the whole intention. The whole intention was to get out of paying. That's what she thought she was going to do. And, the courts have showed her otherwise. Basically. All right. Hey, Riverbend. Hey, Zosa Gabran. Hey, Ma of Deuce. Hey, you guys. So that's really all I have. I'm going to get ready to wrap it up and get up on out of here, you guys. Thank you for dropping in. If you catch the replay, make sure you hit the like button and drop in the comment section and let me know what you think about this. What is going to happen with these offshore accounts? When is Cardi B going to start collecting? Again, be on the lookout for the videos this weekend, because we're going to do deep dives on when Cardi B is going to start collecting, how they're going to start collecting on the money that is owed to her, because it's due. It's due now. And ain't no payment plan. It's due, ma'am. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss that Cook Island money, all of that this weekend right here on the Sweetpea Diaries. Make sure that you check out my sponsor for this video, PillCare. There is a link in the description box. You can enjoy a discount on opening up a mail order contraceptive. Now, this is for the girls that still take birth control. Whether it's for contraceptive reasons or whether it's for regulation of your menstrual cycle, you can click the link for PillCare below. It is a mail order telemedicine type of a platform where you can order your birth control pills online and from the convenience of your home. You also can have a consultation with physicians. So go ahead and click the link, and we have a discount code of Sweetpea. All right, you guys. Also take advantage of our courses for the month of February in honor of Black History Month. We are offering our class for $99. Okay. So y'all better get on in here and get this class. $99. All right, you guys, y'all have a great weekend. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Bye, guys.